Gear up, Scooter fam. When you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your mother or neighbor or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end. And you've passed your most difficult, dangerous test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down a pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartache and tears if you cheated the man in the glass. So, I wanted to talk today about how I see the channel, right? I've talked a little bit about this, but and I know for my regular viewers, like you guys get me, and I really appreciate that so much. But so I wanted to make this video completely unedited, uncut, off the cuff, no talking points, no nothing except what I have in my head. I have a few things I want to talk about, of course, but I just want to make this video completely raw. And so if there are pauses and me thinking and stuttering, whatever it is, I really apologize. But I just kind of want to bring this point home just a little bit more. And when I say that, I want to make this channel a channel for you guys. I really mean that. I'm being very sincere in that. And that's my goal. And so those other things that I mentioned are just things that I don't want to focus on. I don't want to be like any channel on YouTube. Not any one of them. There are things about them that I like, of course. But I see this channel being different than every channel on YouTube. And so for that reason, and I also see and this channel is absolutely, in my opinion, nothing like any other scooter channel out there. So for me it's completely unique in that regard, and hopefully to some point somewhat unique compared to all of YouTube, not just because I'm on it. But you know, that being said, there's a story about a teacher, an art teacher, who takes a class and separates them into two sides, half and half. She splits up the class. She takes half the class, and she says, "We're gonna make clay pots this semester." And she tells half the class, "I want you to make the best clay pot you can make. Take all semester, but when at the end of the semester, I want to see the best clay pot you can make." She tells the other half of the class, "I want you to make as many clay pots as you can make. I don't care about the quality." And by the end of the semester, the students making the pots that were just making as many pots as they could were making way better pots than the student that was trying to come up with the best pot that he could make, that they could make together in the semester, by the end of the semester. And the reason why is experience. And you just naturally get better with time. You start picking up on things. It just becomes more smooth. And so that's my vision for this channel. I want to make daily videos, and I want to make them so often and so frequently that they just become more natural just to get up and do. I think they've gotten better already in just a short time that I've been doing them. And I think they will continue to get better. And I'm going to keep making them until they naturally just get better. It's not my intention to put out a bunch of crap videos that nobody wants to see. I want to put out quality videos, and the channel's going to grow. So the videos are going to get better in that way as well. But for now, I'm just making clay pots, and I hope that you guys can follow my journey while I'm doing this. I understand that they're kind of raw and they're not like every other video, and there's not a ton of fancy editing and um, throwing fidget spinner and pulls and filling them up with jello or whatever it is that other channels are doing. My goal, what my vision for this channel is for me to just sit down and have a conversation with you. So that being said, that's how I see it. So if I'm talking and I literally, you and I are just sitting down having a conversation, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna think. I may say so let me, and because I'm thinking, and I certainly wouldn't want to, and I'm not, once again, it will naturally get better. The more I do this, the more I'm going to be able to move from point to point without hesitation, without as many ums and so's, I believe. But I want it to be natural. I don't want to force it. I don't want it to seem forced, scripted. I don't want to be chained in. And that's a creative process. And I appreciate you guys that want to follow me along on that creative process. And I appreciate all the feedback that I get as well. And I take it as constructive. There's only so much I can do with it, of course, but model myself after every other channel, regardless of how big. I mean, I could make a PewDiePie. Nah. But, the point is, I'm going to be me. I'm going to get on here and I'm just going to talk. And I'm just going to, I'm sorry if, I'm going to yap, ramble, whatever. And that's going to get better. And also I'm going to connect hopefully with you guys a bit more, and you guys kind of start to, the ones that follow me will get that, a feeling like, hey, this is, it's comfortable, right? And Retro Shave Guy, thank you I'm just going to go ahead and call you out, but I appreciate all your support. And that was my hope, is that I create these videos every day, and then people sort of look forward, to me uploading videos every day. And then I create this very comfortable, hey, daily thing with Electric Scooter Guy. And so, that's what I'm looking to build here. That's exactly what I'm looking to build here. I'm glad I'm not the only one that kind of sees that. So I'm gonna keep forging forward. I'm gonna try to keep getting better, but I'm not going to do so to the point to where I'm holding myself back from getting better because I'm so focused on it being perfect. And I apologize if anyone can't really wait it out with me. So if you do, thank you. And I really do think that the video is going to get better just because me getting more natural at doing this, more used to it, and the type of content I will be able to do as the channel grows will be better. Very simple. I'm going to do my part, and I got a feeling that things are going to eventually get to a point where it's just a lot more going on. It's a new channel, and from time to time, once again, because I'm getting on here every single day, I don't have a lot to update, right? There's not necessarily a lot of updates that happen every 24 hours in the scooter world. I try to stay on top of it. Every little thing I try to bring to you guys. I try to find new content to bring, comparison videos, pricing videos, talking about price changes, whatever I can think of to try to help out. I try to add value to every single video that I bring in, even if it's just, hey, guess what happened over here? Boom. And then I talk and go over specs about scooters. But I try to bring some value very early in the video if I can. I usually don't wait till the end to do that, just because I want, if you guys just want to take that part and watch that part and leave, fine. If the rest of the video bothers you so much that you can't do it, okay. But I hope you stick around for the whole thing, and what I put out, I find value in all of it. I hope that some people find value in all of it, but if you don't, that's understandable. That's completely understandable. But I just want to let you guys know where I'm coming from. And so this video is probably not gonna drag on. I don't have any talking points. I don't have anything that I'm going to go over specifically. Other than I did want to mention, just since I'm on here, that Apollo has ceased their Black Friday sales. You can probably see on the screen, but those are all back to regular price. And on a note, I don't find any of these scooters worth worth what they're asking. Apollo's a tad high for me when they're not on sale. So all these scooters are tad out of the range I would consider to be acceptable. So there's I mean acceptable, what I would consider to be a deal, or they're tad overpriced. Some of them at lower prices are at the price that I'd pay, but right now these are all just slightly over. The Apollo Go I wouldn't put much over $1,000. 1,044 was probably the best deal that I saw. It was 99, and I don't mean the best deal I saw. I mean at the time for Black Friday, but it has been at $9.99 at some point. Maybe I'm pretty sure I saw it at $9.99, but I can't swear to it. But that's where I see that's where I think it should be. If it were $1,000 scooter, it would be very, very nice. A $1,200 scooter, it isn't. And so the city, once again, $1,500 is okay. 17, it's not a $2,000 scooter. It's not even close to approaching a $2,000 scooter. The Phantom is a $2,000 scooter, and should be certainly the lower one, a $2,000 scooter, and that's where it should be. Anything over $2,000 is too much for that scooter. The Pro, it's a $3,000 scooter. At $3,000, that's where it's nice. It's nice if it's to be that. There was that deal for 10% off, 320. Now that's the best deal, and that was actually a really good deal for the Pro. But it's a $3,000 scooter. I wouldn't pay more than $3,000 for the Apollo Pro personally. So that's I just wanted to touch on that. That's like I said, that's not scripted or anything. I just noticed that and just kind of going over it in my head. But yeah, this channel is just going to be me getting on here talking about obviously scooters, and very much just sitting down and chatting and being very conversational. So guys, if you appreciate that kind of content and you find it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and happy riding.